With all this
Bring
parental
that
interference.
experience.
Kids for the MVP and they're gonna.
And they're all gonna get college scholarships. Emma,
How are you?
her mom said something about
Very good.
some little camp or something, and Emma said, I'm not trying to be
Last a long
a
time.
college athlete. I am way too smart for that. Yeah. Okay, y'all ready?
Yep.
Okay, here he is.
Yeah, that's me. The American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Let us pray. Lord, bless the people of the county and protect them. Give us your wisdom to make the right choices. Protect our soldiers who are protecting us against an regime with Iran. Watch over our county employees and our first responders. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Do we have any public comments? Didn't see any. Okay, thank you. All right, we'll move down to our consent agenda. Did anybody have any questions or anything they need to discuss on the consent agenda? Or do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Hey, Amy, can we pull that back over there? Because we have a speaker that's gonna hold it. No, that's fine. We normally, that's good. We normally don't, but thank you. Thank you for taking care of us. Okay, the first item.
See me, that was his.
First item on our agenda is discussion on the Hutchinson County Hospital District Board, and Jesse Sheffield is here representing the board to give us an update and some information.
Surely don't know we're here.
Wherever you want to stand.
Well, I'm not on camera or whatever.
You're gonna be on the camera, sorry.
Uh,
If we can switch it.
I'm working with it.
Okay.
Your Honor, Commissioners, thank you for having us here. Hope everybody's having a good day. Yes, I've here, this is the normal time where we get board members appointed through the hospital district. Unfortunately, I don't think the information got out in time and all, whatever. We didn't have anybody in the place. We're in dire need of board members. I'm sure y'all are aware. We're a 7-member board. One commissioner from each precinct that's elected, and then we have 3 that are appointed. At the moment, we're sitting with 4. So it's really hard to take care of business when you only have 4 of your spots filled, because if you have one that cannot make the meeting, you're sort of hosed because you can't have that meeting, do your bill, do what you need to do. We're looking for that. We have been a small board since last year. Last year, Jen Kobos, who was appointed, her 6-year terms were up. And then at the same time, we lost precinct 1, which is Dr. Landers, who unfortunately passed. We were working with a short board. Normally when that happens, chapter 1245 allows the board to appoint people there until they can come in front of the commissioner's court. Well, unfortunately, the people who are really, as y'all are aware, are interested in serving on boards or on so many, they don't have the time to give to another board. So we've appointed some other ones in the past, and they make 3 or 4 months, and then they decide they either have a life, something happen in their life, or they said, I just don't have the time. So they step off the board. So that leaves us open. So I'm coming in front of y'all to see what can the district do, and with y'all's help, to try to fill these board members. That way we need to work closer together. I'll agree with that. So that's what I'm here today to ask. So if there's, I'm glad to answer any questions, but that's really what I'm here to do, is what can I do, or what can we do together as a group to try to fill these board spots, because as you're aware, the district is supposed to help take our tax dollars and take care of the indigent care at the hospital. And we're supposed to be able to maintain someone operating the hospital. We're not doctors. And so it's be hard for us to really run the whole hospital, especially if you only got 4 people. So that's.
Have you all put anything out publicly, like on the, in one of the newspapers or
We
anything?
have not in the past, I want to say 6, 7 months.
Mhm.
I have visited with Tara a time or two. She's done some articles on it. I'll put some stuff out on social media, trying to get it. Of course, I'm in the public a lot, so I'm always hitting people up to say, hey, what would you think of what and I've talked to some folks.
Mhm.
But when it comes down to the time to have them write a letter or say, this is what I want to do, you don't see you don't see them anymore. So we have attempted. Could have been more? Yes, I'll agree with that. It could have been, but a bigger effort's going to happen now.
Maybe we're just not reaching the right people.
Right. Well, boards need to be diversified. And so, and I've been accused on other boards of stacking the board. You want people who understand, well, that's right. But the more people you get in there that's not aware, then the more they learn and the more it helps down the line.
Mhm.
So, like I say, I would rather have the public be interested in serving that instead of, I don't want to strong arm somebody.
You guys have any questions or?
So what's the difference between, now that y'all got a nonprofit, can you explain to people who are watching the difference between like how the hospital is even operating? The
Yes,
nonprofit board and the hospital board?
operating in 07, the hospital district hired Critical Access Hospital to come in and operate the hospital. And so when they did, they were a for-profit group. So in 23, in August of 23, Critical Access Hospital noticed the district that they were no longer going to be operating the hospital due to cut in federal and state funds. So with that 90 days, the district worked with Critical Access Hospital to bring someone else in to run the hospital. At that time, the decision was made to have Hutchinson County EMS, which was already a nonprofit organization, standing nonprofit organization. They took over the operation of the assets, the operation of the hospital. So now they are a nonprofit. So any profit, anything that's made that comes back to the hospital would be put back into the operations.
So what's the duty of the board for the hospital district versus the duties of the board for the hospital nonprofit?
Okay, the duties of the hospital district board is to, as I said, take care of indigent care and within the residents of Hutchinson County. The hospital and the hospital board, which Mr. Corbett is chairman of, they operate the hospital daily operations.
So the audit for the audits are available to the public for the hospital district.
That is correct.
Okay. But not
They're
for the
available.
nonprofit.
So if the hospital board, district board is supposed to take care of the indigent care, we are having this issue with the prescription drugs. And we've had to foot the bill for a lot of that and we're running out of money.
Understand that the district, with our indigent care agreement with the hospital is supposed to be taking care of the drugs for the inmates.
But that's not happening. Can you speak to that, Monica?
That's what I understand.
That United was, but then they weren't getting paid, so we can no longer use them. So now we're having to pay out of pocket, right?
I was understanding that had been taken care of. No. Okay. I was not aware of that.
I mean,
I think by law, they're supposed to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. The chapter 1245 does state that the district is responsible for the indigent care of the inmates. And so since we don't have any employees or whatever, we'd be glad to do that. But through the indigent care contract that was written, all that comes to the hospital and then the hospital would take care of that. But I can surely make sure that gets taken care of.
We would appreciate that.
Because to be honest, I've been on the board, since 2010, in fact, today of 2010. And the district has never seen an invoice for that. We get an invoice for indigent care and then that the hospital sends us as far as what's the breakdown, how it goes. And then we send that indigent care across back to the hospital to pay those bills.
So how did it get
And to be
paid in the
honest-
past? It was paid up until like 2 years ago. So how did that get paid in the past? Has it been invoiced?
I'm saying the same way that went to the hospital pay.
Why are they paying it if y'all are in charge of that? The board. Well, why, if the board is responsible for the indigent care payments, why is the hospital paying it and y'all?
Because we have an indigent care agreement with them that all indigent care goes, we pay them, then they pay all the bills. By doing that, that allows us to go through IGT process to help pay for the indigent care. And that's another part of that is indigent care in this county, from what I've been told, it was $12.8 million last year. Taxes are only bring in $3 million due to the tax cap that we have at 10 cents. So that's why we use federal programs and state programs called intergovernmental transfers. We can send money up, they send it back at 2.7 times that amount, which helps pay for that. But what isn't paid as far as indigent care either has to come back to the county or the hospital has to eat that cost.
So why haven't you, why hasn't the board tried to raise that tax rate?
To raise the taxes, we have to go for a vote.
Correct.
So to do that, the board we've been reluctant to do that, but it's come to the point now we're going to have to.
What's the tax rate over at Moore County?
Moore County is 37 cents.
37.
The average.
Ours is 10, which is maxed
That's
out.
right. Ours is 10 cents. It's the third lowest in the state. The average tax rate in the state is 37 cents. So the board has been reluctant because you can go through 13 cents would be a good working rate for the county at the moment. Of course, 15 would be better, but 13 would be the most. So that the board is, once we get together, then we will be talking about trying to get it on the election in November, which then you wouldn't get them for another year.
So if I understand correctly, I've been on the board, the hospital board, not the district. And the commissioners court, even though we did appoint a few times, but then they, as you said, rotated off. And then y'all appointed some. But I believe I've been here 5 years, almost 6, and that was 3 years ago. So we haven't been contacted ever about appointing anybody.
That's where.
And so it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. And so,
At the hospital, I don't remember who used to call me and say, okay, it's time to appoint, we're going to take applications, and then they would just forward all the applications to me. But you're right, it's been 2 or 3 years
yeah.
Well,
before that happened.
that's another part of this little get together is let's get together, do work session we have to, let's close it, find out where the gaps are and let's see what we can do to fix the problem. Because the more I look at it, the better that we need to work with y'all a little more because
Amen.
it's going to affect the whole county if not. And we have had lots of changes at the hospital and with sometimes if you change the CEO and you change this assistant, things do fall through the cracks.
So do you know who's supposed to be responsible for that at the hospital to make sure that,
It's the district.
but it was someone that worked at the hospital.
Yeah,
that
but
always-
they're not supposed to. It's supposed to be the district. The district is supposed to contact us and work with us on actually, it's supposed to be quarterly basis.
Mhm.
In fact, when I was appointed in 2010, that was part of the appointment with the commissioners department, actually 6 months.
Yeah.
And I would come in and give you an update because I believe we need to sit down and with changes and all that going on, I think that would be the best thing to do. So I'm gonna take that responsibility.
Have there been elections that have been posted Because there's 4 members that are supposed to be elected there's staggered 3-year terms.
That is correct.
So has there been, like, we have to post for elections. Have there been any postings for
We
elections?
posted last year for precinct 1. That's because Jason Vance got off the board. And that's when Dr. Landers came on because he had retired. And then unfortunately, he didn't,
Passed away.
yeah, he didn't be able to fulfill his term. This year, we did not, Commissioner, because it's supposed to be in 2 and 4. And unfortunately, the night of the meeting, we had a family emergency. We were not able to meet because we can't meet with only 3 people. And you can still meet, but you can't take any action. So it's hard to call an election if you don't have a quorum. And doing so would have been unlawful, and there's no reason to do that. Elections is something else that I'd like to work with the county about. Right now, the elections are set up for May. Well, that's the local elections. If I'm serving precinct 4, then my election should be at the same time as y'all's.
That's state statute.
Yeah.
We can't change that.
Right.
Your hospital district
The
code.
statute didn't, I don't believe shows when they're supposed to be.
The uniform, I have it pulled up. The uniform election dates in May of
Well,
each year.
see, here's my thing about it, is if I'm running for precinct 4 and the leads up in Pringle want to vote, if Borger's holding an election and Stinnett's not, they're gonna have to come all the way to Borger to vote.
And that's what the district will figure that out.
Yeah.
Y'all would have to figure that out as a district to do what we call a different location, an additional
But
location.
it just, personal opinion, that just seems odd, but
Yeah.
just like the 10 cents. When they said it in 84, 10 cents seemed a little low at the time, but costs have went up for what, in the past, 42 years.
Well, I know there's a new regime, a new operating of the board. I'll be honest with you, Jesse, it was a battle when I was on that board.
I understand.
And
There has been changes
I didn't
there.
like it.
Mr.
And
Corbett.
that's why I jumped off.
Yeah, Mr. Corbett's doing a really good job there with the group. But now that we've got rid of the for-profit, things seem to be a lot smoother. It's just, they're doing an unbelievable job up there with what they're under today. But they're doing a really good job. And I can say now that I believe that board has reset. In fact, they're going through, I believe they're going through the bylaws at the moment. Mr. Corbett can talk more about that. And I think they're looking at resetting that as well to try to better get ready for the future of healthcare in Hutchinson County.
So your 4 members, how many of them are elected out of the precincts and how many have been appointed by the
Okay,
Commissioners Court?
Precinct 1 is open. Precinct 2 is Jock Lee. Precinct 3 is Mr. Corbett. Precinct 4 is myself. The one appointed that we have now is Ricky Horton. He's been on 3 months. Since August, excuse me, I misspoke. He's been on since August.
So out of those that are elected, how many, if we're not holding elections, I don't know how that makes it valid still.
Every election's come up, I've run. No one's run against us. So if you don't have anybody running against us, we've canceled.
To have an election.
Right.
If we haven't posted though, then.
They've been posted up in commission.
Is there a term limit? For y'all?
On the appointed board, you get 2.
Just the appointed ones.
You get 2 3-year terms. And that's when I came across, because I was in my last year of my appointment, and precinct 4, Joe Mim, he had to move to Amarillo, and so when the election came, I just moved over into the elected position. Mr. Corbett's the same way. He was appointed the same time I was on the board, and then he's run. The last I know, Joe was the last person for us to have an election, and that would be, I believe, in 06, somewhere in that neighborhood. Any other questions? If not, I appreciate your time and looking forward to working with y'all closer.
We appreciate you coming, Jesse, and keeping us updated, but let us know what we can do.
I say,
It's like,
I would like to request if we could, I know it's a lot of people's time to sit down with y'all and see what's going on and see how we can help with that communication and what we can do to help
Okay,
each other. If not, that's all I request.
okay. All right, we appreciate you.
Right.
Thank
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Jesse.
Okay, the next item on the agenda was to consider and or approve a donation of fire shelters and use agreement with LEPC. But Brandon Strope is our LEPC president, and he was sick and unable to be here this morning. So he requested that we maybe move that to our next agenda. So I'll just put that on our next agenda and we'll. I probably need a motion to table that.
Move to table item 2.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and second. All in favor? Put that on the April 27th meeting. All right, item 3, in celebration of National Library Week, April the 19th through the 25th, consider and or approve fine forgiveness week.
And as you know, we did this for the first time last year. And our goal with this is patrons, they can catch up on their fines, so that way they're ready for our summer reading program. So last year we did it, we forgave right at $300. So we had a very good turnout for it. So we'd like to do it again. This is just for fines and fees. We do not forgive, if they've lost a book, they're still responsible for that, either replacing it or paying the amount.
So it's just kind of zeroes everybody out and gets them started on a clean slate.
Yes, so that we're ready for our summer reading program.
Awesome. Okay.
Can I ask a weird question though?
Sure.
If we keep doing this every year, why even pay them? Why even have fines and fees if we're gonna bail them out anyway?
Our goal is to get patrons to enroll in the summer reading program. And a lot of times, the parents. So a lot of the fines come from summer reading program because they don't get them turned back in time. But then this, because of the parents, maybe having spans that they cannot get it paid, then this allows, payment for it. So the kids still benefit and they're still able to come.
So
We want
I
them
asked
to
that
read.
last time too.
I remember that.
Just be
I remember that. That's why I was wondering, are we gonna just keep,
Because I think we need to do, I don't know, I've said.
there needs to be a
for
vetting program
5
for,
years.
for people who, again, I'm just talking, but
And it can't be the same people year after year after
Yeah.
year after. Sorry, we forgave yours last year. You're not eligible.
Yeah.
because I mean, I know everybody gets a participant trophy now, but it just doesn't feel like if we're not gonna enforce it, then do away with it completely.
Well,
We do take in quite a bit of
Yeah.
money. I mean, not, tons and tons of money, but every month.
very good amount.
Yeah, people actually pay their
Yeah, but we
fine.
just started this last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I see what he's saying too, because if it's 6 months out, they'll just be like, well, we don't have to pay it for 6 months.
Just wait a year.
A year. But I mean, you also don't want to take access away from kids for the
Yeah.
library, but. I mean, if you do it every year, yeah, I mean, at the end of the summer, there's a lot of kids who don't come back. For a reading program anyway, and so if they just say, well, we'll just wait for the summer reading program.
Is there a way to if you were forgiven last year, you're not this year, but then it
Well-
would eliminate the kids?
It was
So we have a policy
eliminated
that
kids.
says kids, if they have fines or fees, cannot come to the summer or be in the summer program.
They can, but they just can't check out.
You can't check out any books.
You said it's about $300.
For the year, yeah.
I don't think the county's gonna miss that.
We do, last year we did a spreadsheet. We had their names as well as, we just, their library card numbers. So we can keep a list, and see if there are.
They're repeat offenders.
And then, we can maybe address them next year, but just having started it,
Right.
last year,
Mhm.
there's really no way to tell.
Well, even if you mention it at the program, that might be enough for some of the parents to be a little bit more responsible, maybe. Say,
Like the things,
yeah, me too.
That would be the goal.
right? The whole goal is to get books in kids' hands.
Right.
Because that's the basis for a successful foundation, no matter what area they choose in their life. If they can read well.
I gotta find my Peppa the Pig book.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be out of town that week.
Okay, anybody have any other questions for Nancy, or do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the bond forgiveness week for National Library Week, April 19th, 25th.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Motion carries. All right, item 4 is to consider and or approve combined precincts for the primary runoff, May the 26th.
Yes, so the election board met on March the 25th, and they did approve the combined precincts for this primary runoff election on May the 26th. So I am presenting it to you all as well with all of our locations. It's the same locations as they've been combined in the past and that are in your packet.
Do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the combined precincts for the primary runoff, May 26, 2026.
No, second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. And item 5, consider and or approve notice of election for the Democratic and Republican primary runoff, May the 26th.
Yes, and again, we talked about all 3 of these items in the election board meeting. Our party chairs have signed off on all of these, and the Democratic and Republican party chairs signed off on each of their notice of election for this runoff election. So I'm just bringing this to y'all for your information.
So do we need to take a vote on this? Okay.
It just double covers
Right,
this.
right.
Just, I like to, I don't think necessarily, but I like, that's the
Just
way we
have
run
our
it, and it
stamp of
puts
approval.
you all in the know, and yes.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the notice of election for Democratic and Republican primary runoff, May 26, 26.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. And then item 6 is to consider and or approve early voting ballot board and election judges or alternate judges for the primary runoff, May the 26th.
Yes, and again, the election board approved as well as the Democratic and Republican party chairs.
Pretty much all the same people, right?
Yes.
It look like. Okay, do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the early voting ballot board and election judges and alternate judges for the primary runoff of May 26, 26.
For a second. Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Thank you.
All right, item 7 is to consider and or approve the acceptance of the monthly auditor's report for the months ending December 31st, 25, January 31st, 26, and February 28th, 26. Have anything to add on that?
Gets me caught up when this is out for sure.
Right. Do I hear a motion?
I approve the acceptance of the monthly auditor's report for the months ending December 31st, 25, January 31, 26, and February 28, 26.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, item 8 is to consider and or approve the use of $5,764.58 received in the opioid settlement funds. I think last time we gave that to the drug court.
Since we've been getting the opioid settlement funds, we've been using it to fund the drug court, which is one of the approved uses.
And there was a little attachment that listed all those approved.
Yeah.
If you read through all that, it was a lot.
Yeah. That was one of them. So
Yeah. So do I hear a motion?
make a motion to approve the use of $5,764.58 received in the opioid settlement funds for the drug court.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. All right, item 9 is to consider and or approve Samsara user list and administrator. I attached the user list. We need to appoint kind of a administrator over everything. So like Sheriff Langwell will be the administrator over the sheriff department, Samsara and the jail. Dwayne will be over the road and bridge, and Chief Sharp will be over the juvenile. But we kind of need one person that kind of is like the administrator that takes care of the adding new users, taking them off, those type of things. Like Sheriff Langwell or Dwayne would contact the administrator. So now I've talked.
As administrator of their own department, they would be able to add users in their department.
Only in their department. Right.
The entire organization administrator, that would be more like, they'll be in charge of the billing and, any kind of, maybe like,
Any administrative
Yeah,
things that happen, like if there's an update or any, if they contact us with anything, then he's like, he or she is the contact go-to person instead of them having to contact Dwayne and Jerry and Chief Sharp. And
there would be one contact between Samsara and Hutchinson County.
yes,
And then the department admins would get with the county.
the overall
And
county admin. Yeah.
I wanted to be on that list also for view only, but,
She sent you a sign up.
well, it didn't go in my inbox. It went
I know mine,
so
the link's already
I
expired.
asked Alicia about it and I went back and looked and it was not in the inbox.
Yeah,
So, but I do.
I think mine was the same way.
Uh,
'Cause I went to find it after
Yeah.
I saw that. So if
I
you
don't-
can send us another one, I might get on it a little quicker.
Well, and I wanted to kind of, just from an auditing standpoint, there are people who have access to the entire organization that probably don't need access to the entire organization.
Is that what this list is?
Yes, and it shows kind of what their roles are and what they have access to.
This is where it says full admin have control of access to everything.
To the
Is that what you're
right.
saying?
Yes, full admin, it would be to add user,
Read.
you know, I mean, it would have
To the
complete
right, it
access
tells
to
you
those.
what they would,
Right.
to the right of that next tab tells you what they have full admin over, if it's the entire organization or just their department.
So, full admin,
Okay, so like Laura, she probably just needs over the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go back to our administrator first because I have talked to Alan to see if he will take over that role to be the full administrator over, and he's okay with that if y'all are okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
sounds good.
Works for me.
Okay, all right, so let's look at our
I
list.
think that there should always be a kind of a backup, so if Alan runs off to the Bahamas, somebody still has
Good then?
access.
Now, who y'all recommending, I guess, is what the question would be. Who knows about this and knows how to do this?
And I don't mind being the backup. I don't want to be the,
I thought we'd make Alicia the backup.
Okay,
Sounds good.
I don't mind being backup.
That works.
that sounds good.
I was going with that education.
So,
If you minded,
so let's look at the users and their roles then, or do we just want to let the administrator do that? I think we probably need to make some decisions. Like Laura probably just needs the sheriff's department.
Dwayne just has road and bridge.
But Dwayne originally was put in there as a full admin so that he could actually be the installer. And had everything in there. That's how they did it. Because he actually installed the majority of the devices.
Oh, on the vehicles.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Any others that y'all see we need to change? Alan, did I give you a copy of that?
Yes.
Okay. I hear a thought.
So should the sheriff just be sheriff's department and everybody just kind of be in their own department?
That sounds
I
right.
mean, we need an umbrella. I mean, needs to be.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I think the sheriff, since the sheriff got his set up first, his is set up how he wants it.
Yes.
The only, like, he has access to the entire organization. And Laura has access to the entire organization, which means countywide.
Yeah, the full admin entire organization should only be you two.
Right.
Right.
So,
So we need to change that to just their organization.
And even if Dwayne does install that stuff, when it comes to the point after he's installed, he could just call the full admin and say, hey, add these people. I'm not 100%.
I don't.
How that works.
well, and now that they're all, I mean, everybody's installed, if they were to change out, you would just switch out the device.
Yeah, and
If there is an install to do, it could be a temporary admin, full
Right.
admin to get it installed.
Yeah.
Well,
But not
Well, there's-
forever.
there's actually an.
Alan, could you do that?
Yes,
You-
because the thing is, so on Friday, I actually installed the last one, I
Okay.
think that we have. and that
Right.
was in
Then
the-
Dwayne can just be road.
Road and bridge, yeah.
Mhm.
Do we plan for the, extension agent truck?
Yes, and it should have been installed last week.
Okay.
We got one pickup at the courthouse. What else is there? Airport.
Airport's installed.
I don't see IT.
IT's installed.
No, IT is under Dwayne.
So that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, but so it need to be Richard.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah,
ask.
to set up department heads.
Yeah,
The departments
Each
that.
department should build their own department only.
exactly.
Yeah, several of the departments, the point is, there's not one listed, like IT.
Precinct 1.
Courthouse,
So if we appoint,
constable,
Alan, I think he can get all that straightened out.
and airport.
And then
And if
for,
Ben
He's
wants
shaking his head. He can get all that straightened out the way.
to approve the list next, because like Ben, like the other people who wanna. You can just say this is the last, like we can clean it up and add other people.
Yeah.
And approve the list next time.
We can.
And we could generically just say, in case there is changeover, department heads are the admins for
Over
their
their
department.
department,
And then you just generalize it and we make a bold statement to say any department head or elected official is over their department.
It changes.
Bold statement. I feel strong when I say it.
Anybody here on the court, though, we're not really department heads, so.
No. And so we just get it as
Read only.
Read only.
Read only.
I
Yeah.
read only of your
Yeah.
departments that are here over.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that.
Road and bridge,
They're like,
Road and bridge, airport, IT,
courthouse.
maintenance.
Okay. So do I hear a motion to approve Alan as the administrator over Samsara and Leisha as the assistant or backup?
I move to approve Alan Wells as administrator, Samsara and Laura Chisholm as,
What, Laura?
what I just,
Alicia.
Leisha as,
Assistant,
assistant,
backup.
backup admin. What does it say?
And do you want to just
That's what it says.
approve the list next time, or do you want
Yeah,
to?
I like what Chris said.
Okay,
Approve.
We'll
the
get it,
list
we'll
with-
get it straightened out, whether it's next time or maybe even the next one, depending on how quickly we can get all this updated.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. Okay, do I hear a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Right. All right, item 10 is to consider and or approve the extension agent Caitlin Budd's $50 monthly cell phone allowance. And I attached all that information. We just need a motion.
I move to approve the $50 monthly cell phone allowance for Caitlin Budd's extension cell phone.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay.
Sorry, Kelly, I know that was like a weird, and let's add this back here at the end, and it should be at the front.
Okay, item 11 is update on any ARP grant projects. We did have a meeting about the annex,
We did. We met with Park Hill,
Park Hill guy.
talking about the annex for that they're supposed to send us something for a proposal that will let run to court to see if we want to go that route or not. So that should be a thing.
So he looked at it, walked through it with us and Rochelle and Caitlin, and kind of got some ideas going, so.
See if that's workable or if we go to Plan B. I don't know.
Which we don't even know what that is. That's okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Any update on the doors?
No.
No?
He promised he'd be there, before the time's up. He's already done the measuring, so,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right. All right, item 12 is to consider and or approve the burn ban. So we've had a burn ban on for 90 days, and if we're gonna keep it on, we need to renew it.
So if you haven't been paying attention, smoke just about every other day is filled the skies for Hutchinson County or Carson County, or it doesn't matter. Last Thursday night, lightning storm came through. We actually suffered one of those. We had a fire northeast of Stinnett here. They actually found it as they were coming back from assisting the fires on a state line, of which there were 22, I believe, lightning strikes right on the Oklahoma Texas state line in Hansford County. That sent a truck, Fritz sent a truck, went up, and as they were coming back, they noticed a glow shortly before the panel cameras acknowledged it. And then it took about 45 minutes for them to get to it. It was in the Canadian River Breaks.
Well, brother.
The KBDI numbers this morning for the county, we've got a minimum of 435, a maximum of 615. That's even with the little rains we got the other day. The mean is 543, which is down 4. That down 4 is probably gone tomorrow because of
This wind.
red flag today. Fire weather watch, which will probably turn into a red flag tomorrow. It sounds like we have a break on Wednesday where the winds aren't quite so high. Thursday and Friday, once again, red flag as well. However, as dry as we are, these fires have been putting out way more intensity than we expected. Good thing is our fire resources have been excellent in getting on them, getting them shut down. And we've kept them, I think the majority of them under 1,000 acres.
I think it's been super helpful to have them right there at the airport.
Yes, well, and that was the other thing too. So they did a wonderful job of cleaning this fire up northeast of town the other night. The next morning, air attack got up, went and flew it. They had a couple areas of concern. Once the strike team was able to get up there, they actually had 20 people that they did it by hand. They did not use trucks. They actually went by hand and cleaned up the little areas that air attack had issues on. So until we get a lot of moisture, we are in some severe issues with our grasses.
Okay, thanks, Ellen. All right, so do I hear a motion to approve the burn ban?
I'll make a motion to approve the burn ban.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. All right, item 13 is to consider and or approve requests for use of the club rooms at the Border Library or Fritz.
I don't have anything.
I've got the Medicare meeting on April 7th and
On what day?
April 7th.
Oh, that's already passed.
We haven't met,
Okay.
so y'all told me we still talk about it, so
We can.
I'd actually just like to give Delina permission to just approve it, so we don't have to talk about it. A baby shower on the 11th and
There's some glasses.
a birthday on the 18th, I assume that's what that number is.
On a Nancy.
Nancy, will you hold that for me? I can't.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are the two I have for April, or three I have for April.
Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the dates as presented.
I hear a second.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Mo,
All right. Item 14, consider and or approve line item changes, transfers and or budget amendments.
A couple of department transfers.
Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the transfers as presented from the auditor's office.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. All right, item 15, consider and or approve advertising, opening, accepting or awarding bids. I don't think we have any. 16, consider and or approve donations to Hutchinson County. We have the monthly box donations, in the amount of $45.95 from the museum. Do I hear a motion?
Move to approve that donation as presented.
I'll second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, item 17 is discussion of county judges and commissioners precinct daily operations.
Airport's really been busy with all the spray planes.
They have been super busy.
Yeah, they've sold a lot of fuel. About every 3 trips and they had to fuel up those planes. So been really busy. Everything's been going on with fires. And as far as a juvenile, we're gonna put a automatic entry lock on the south side. And already got new curtains that are gonna be installed.
Oh.
Once you got in the courthouse, I just picked.
The blinds. Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, I say curtains.
Down the hallway and by the tag office.
Yeah, right there. That's the only place I put it.
Yes,
All I've got money for.
that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
Also the generator we took out courthouse, put the new one in. It's sitting over across the street to annex. And I talked to Alan, they don't know if we'll get a grant for the
A new one
or not.
for the
So
annex. Right?
maybe or maybe not. So thinking about it until see what happens with that. Maybe just take it over to the, see if there's a place over at the airport to store it, to put it for, see if we need it or not. And if we don't, if we get the grant, then we'll put an auction. But if we just have to see what happens with that.
Okay.
But it's just sitting over now there in front of the door, so we'll move it somewhere.
Okay.
They might have room in that one hangar where they keep all their maintenance stuff. Of course, they've got a plane in there right now too. But be real careful about that.
Well, it's sitting outside now anyway, so find a place to set it outside.
Yeah, they probably could do that.
Hey, Dwight and I went to the County Management and Risk Conference. April, or the end of March, 1st April, and Dwight was presented our award for excellence in safety.
What's awesome is the Hudson County employees make this happen
Right.
just by all the stuff they do. And it feels kind of weird for me to receive a reward, an honor, I guess, when actuality, the employees do this. Y'all do this each and every day. That makes this happen. And this isn't our first. This is what, our third, fourth year since they've been giving this out that we've
Mhm.
received it.
At least,
Yeah.
yeah. We've got, check out the trophy case. We've got a bunch of them.
And it's simply,
Awesome.
it's simply because of the treasurer's office, Ben, and different people who put all the paperwork to meet check all the boxes, if you will, for safety protocols and all of that. But also for our employees who strive to keep everything safe as well as healthy around here in the county. And even though we won an award, doesn't mean that we can relax. So we're going to keep going forward and making Hudson County a safe place to work and also control our assets.
So they have two separate awards. They give a safety achievement and an excellence in safety. So the excellence in the safety is kind of like the top tier of the awards for safe and the participation, having our loss control committee. There's a lot of factors, mainly, as Dwight said, the work ethics of the county and how safe everyone is.
And I said it at the loss control meeting. This has been something that doesn't, when we attend these conferences, it doesn't come out of our tax per se. It's not a expense to the county because TAC pays for two representatives of Hudson County to go. And if we win an award, 3, and in times past, it's been a commissioner and
Count because I'm on a board and the board pays for mine.
so it's been so what we decided and kind of looked at is this is really for HR auditors,
It's a strong HR, IT,
loss control
Yeah.
representatives and
bridge.
yeah.
There's so many elected officials there.
And so
It was
next
really
year, I would really recommend that, and I even said since I've gone 2 years, if a department head would like to go, it's worth it because
It really is a good conference.
it's not just sit and listen. It's interactive. It gives you practical applications on how to protect the county and your employees. And it also teaches you how to deal with HR, like what do you do with that bad actor? And how do you promote the best performer? I mean, without being a little weird. And so it's pretty awesome and motivational.
Very good.
Went 1 year and accepted our award, and I'll tell you what, they have some good classes.
They do.
They're very
It's one of the better
I learned a lot.
conferences. So we encourage everyone to get involved.
Yes. And if we have too many department heads, like we said, that want to go, we'll do a drawing and see who wins. So pretty easy. Or rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Oh, Nancy wins. You go, Nancy.
Let's set up an octagon and just MMA.
Yeah, MMA, and we'll lose our safety award because somebody got hurt.
True. Okay, just want to remind everybody too that tomorrow is our wellness seminar. Our wellness coordinator from TAC will be here and he will be presenting some information to the employees. So we encourage everyone to attend. I know there was an RSVP, and if you haven't RSVP'd, I'm sure it's not too late, but we really would like for you to RSVP. But we want you to come. So tomorrow at the annex at 9, I believe. Is that right, Nancy? 9? And then here at the courthouse at noon. And there will be food incentives at each meeting. So
Healthy food problem.
as healthy as we can get. Yeah. Yes. So please come and be part of that program. Anything else?
Well, there wasn't anything new for the club room date wise to approve, but the book sale is going on the 23rd through the 25th.
Right.
And if you're a member, you get an early access on the 22nd.
a member of, if you have a library card?
Friends of the.
Friends of the library.
Oh. Okay,
Special friends.
Annual membership and.
sweet.
So one additional item, Sanford has actually become interested in, hazard mitigation. So I had a discussion with them at their next council meeting regarding hazard mitigation, because they are not a part of the interjurisdictional plan, because they did not adopt it whenever we did that. So just heads up there. Plus, I've also understand that the Sanford Preach Independent School District is interested in a hazard mitigation plan as well. So I'll be following up on that to see what we can come up with.
That'd be good. Okay, anything else? All right, item 18 is to consider and or approve the sale of struck off tax properties or tax deeds. We have one located at 306 Brown Avenue, submitting an offer of $1,500 has been made by Logan Sims and Gracie Floor. Taxes have not been paid since 2016. It was struck off in 2024, and the appraisal district appraised the property at $14,700. Did you have a chance to look at that, Ben?
Yep. Can you pull it up?
It's 306 Brown Avenue.
There's some old structures, an old abandoned house, bunch of cleanup to do. Go to the Third and Brown. Come down on Brown's second house, there on the right. Get in there.
Looks like there's just a little outbuilding, right?
They're now building that old house right there, then
Oh, yeah,
behind it.
Yeah.
There. And
yeah, that's it, right?
that's it.
That's it.
Like it's all
That's the
junk.
same thing. There's quite a bit of cleanup to do. So I would move to accept the $1,500 for the property at 306 Brown from Logan Sims and Gracie Floor.
If they don't, it's, you know, they said they're gonna clean it all up. If they don't clean that lot up, they live next door, right?
Mhm.
If they don't clean it up, then of course it's a fire hazard for them, rats and everything else. But if they don't clean it up, there's not much we can do about it, right?
We sell it to them, basically, so it becomes their property. But I haven't seen anybody yet didn't do it.
Yeah.
That said this.
It'd be to their advantage to do it. It's a lot of work, looks like.
Well, in the letter they submitted, it says they plan to remove the existing structures, clear the lot and maintain it as a clean, open space.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, okay, so we have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, item 19 is our budget workshop. We're gonna be sending out probably April. Is that when we do that, or 1st of May? 1st of May, we'll be sending some budget stuff out. Do what?
We usually send them out before May 15th. They're due back by June 15th.
Right, give us, everybody in. So be thinking about your budgets.
I would like to not let the salary topic disappear. But not just a specific department. I'd like to just set a minimal and with the help of the elected officials, all 11 elected officials, kind of give us, if you were to retire or if you were to move, not run again, or what would the department, the elected official think a good salary for someone new coming in that position to be? Just a suggestion. This is, I know talking about this, everybody gets up in arms and ready to fight, and just help. That's all I'm asking. Just give a little suggestion. And if you think they should get the same pay that you get right now after being here 30 years, put it on that docket. Put it on that document. I may disagree, but help us out. Give us suggestions. And, but I don't think we should just pick 3 or 4. I say we set all of it, including us, all 11 elected officials. What would that base salary be for anybody new? I already know the argument. Well, if we set that, then our opponent could say that. The opponent can say it already if they, I mean, if I was running for an office and I could say, hey, if you like me, I'm going to take $10,000 off my salary automatically. I mean, I remember Donald Trump saying he'd do it for $1. So, I mean, you can do that stuff. It doesn't matter what policy, but it does make us look good on business to say, we're not going to just keep going and going and going. We need to set that base rate for anybody who comes into an office. Shouldn't ride the coattails of someone before you. Just bad business, bad business.
Well, we've already asked the others to do that, so.
Yeah, and other departments, I mean,
They've been doing it.
they're already doing it. I'm proud of everybody doing that. That's pretty cool, I think. I didn't think it was gonna happen 3 years ago and that,
Yeah, they're doing a
they're
great job.
doing it. Everybody. I'm proud. So I think it's a great time with the elected officials to help us in this. And then we as a court would also set our department heads that answer to us. So you're basically setting department heads and elected officials base salaries starting out. Now, again, inflation, different things come, we can always go back and bump that up to match inflation. And it's just a document, it doesn't actually go on our budget because of the current people, but it is a fallback on if that should happen. And I know everybody's like, oh, it's just leave it like it is. It's easier. I didn't sign up to to do things easy. Peace. That's all I got.
Okay. Anyone else on the budget? No? Okay, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion and second, all in favor? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.